sometimes people will say, look, what's the point of, remember I just advertised earlier on, have that debate coming up in New York with James O'Keefe and Tim Pool and Tulsi Gabbard. And I think, okay, this is just this like gallery of, whatever. Like, why are you trying to think how to put this? I don't want the debate to be called off because of anything I say right now, but
gallery of loons,
gallery of something, and they go, come on, why are you doing this, right? Like, what, because you're not going to convince each other because there are these like fundamental differences about values.
But are those the only people paying attention?
No, I don't think so. Right?
They might be. Is this going to be well attended, or is it just going to be y'all talking at each other?
Yeah, I mean, it's at the Beacon Theater. That's a huge venue. There's the Tulsi Gabbard. She was in Congress not that long ago. I think it's for better or for worse. Tim Pool and James O'Keefe have big audiences.
Let me just say, Ben knows better than to disagree with me at the dinner table full of family. And no, I never get the fair enough. He will argue until he drops dead. So usually it's me. Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Gallery of perspicaciousness. There we go. In one of the clips we watched earlier, Tim Pool said that the person who was arguing with didn't have the perspicacity to understand what he was saying. So, okay. So in any case, yeah, I think your question is real. Are those the only people watching? Right. So just quick example. It's almost 10:15. We've got to go to the post game, but they have think about like the clip that we ran last night on the YouTube channel, which is from Sam Cedars' debate with Yaron Brook from the Ayn Rand Institute, and they're talking about that condo collapse in Miami, and Sam kind of says, okay, but do you think this is at least a legitimate role for government, preventing things like this? And the Ayn Rand Institute guy says, no, they should have, they tenants should have like done a more careful investigation of the safety practices at the condo, before they moved there. And yeah, right. I mean, I think that's the reaction that most normal people are going to have to see that.
Did we get somebody out here to check our foundations when we moved into this apartment?
No, we just naively trusted that they're not going to kill us. And this is like quoted before the show. Liz Brunig said once that half the point of a debate is to get the other person to tell you what they really think. I think when you get to these fundamental differences in values, that's actually really useful in terms of, the goal is never to convince the other person on the stage or the person on the split YouTube screen, that because realistically that's unlikely anyway, right? The goal is to convince whoever is convincible in the audience. And, if you get to the point where it's like, yeah, that was on the renters, they should have, they should have checked the foundations themselves. Or like Murray Rothbard, who's a big libertarian thinker in the 20th century, has this line where he is. Let me actually see if I can find that. So Jeet here is a journalist I follow on Twitter. And he has been he's writing something about Rothbard, so he's been posting these extremely interesting Rothbard quotes on Twitter. So this is one of them. Murray Rothbard argued parents have the right to starve children to death. So if you believe, here's the actual. You think, okay, he's exaggerating, right? Surely Rothbard didn't say that. Here's what he says: applying our theory to parents and children. This means a parent does not have a legal right to aggress against his children, but also that a parent should not have a legal obligation to feed, clothe, or educate his children, since such obligations entail positive acts coerced upon the parent and depriving the parent of his rights. The parent, therefore, may not murder or mutilate his child.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I know. That was big. That was big of him. And the law properly outlaws a parent from doing so. But the parent should have the legal right not to feed the child, i.e. to allow it to die. The law, therefore, may not properly compel the parent to feed a child or keep it alive.
That's appalling.
Yeah. And I think that's like a useful thing when you get to those basic disagreements. And it's like that, was it the line in the Old Testament, right? I've presented you this day, life and death, and like you got some, you got some basic choices here, right? I mean, that's like you're going to go with the maybe we actually do have positive rights, food, clothing, healthcare, education, or you could go the other way. What's it going to be, buddy? And that seems useful to me. You have been watching free public content from Give Them an Argument. To access every single episode of the show, the main show on Monday nights, all of the streams, all of the debate breakdowns, all of the patron-exclusive post-games on Monday nights, all of the patron-exclusive bonus episodes every week, and much, much more, go to patreon.com/Ben Burgis. I cannot resist ending this with, don't be foolish.